lot of people talk about the negatives that video games have, meaning the negative impact on the younger generation or even the older generation, but I beg to differ. And this is going to be a controversial vlog today. My kids play Fortnite. I'm sure a lot of people watching this vlog play Fortnite as well. You know, my kids played Clash of Clans. I played SimCity growing up, and I think a lot of these things actually help them in business, and I'll explain why. So when it comes to playing video games, if you think of everybody in the technology sector that's reinvented an industry completely, they all started out as video gamers. And people in the technology industry are very passionate about what they do, more so than arguably other sectors. Right? A lot of people in tech don't feel like they have a job, they have a passion. And a lot of them started out loving computers because of video games. You know, Mark Benioff, before he started Salesforce.com, when he was younger, he loved playing video games. And the same thing with Steve Jobs. He worked for Activision, or maybe it was Atari before he started Apple. And I think that being able to socialize online using video games is not a bad thing, right? It's kind of an indication of what the future holds. You know, my parents used to make us go outdoors and play when I was younger. And yes, I agree, it's going to be balanced and still play outdoors and have social interactions that way. But I think that if you punish your kids and you don't let them play Fortnite or online games, you're actually hurting them more than you're helping them. Because the way that this generation, which is a great generation, the way that they socialize with each other is online. It's really interesting. And if you don't let them do it, or at least a little bit of it, then you're hurting their ability to socialize. It's a different generation. I mean, this generation really inspires me. This is why I vlog. I look at my kids. You know, they don't watch TV. You know, they watch vloggers. And vlogging, I think, it's a profession that many people in the future, which is now, I guess, are going to take seriously. It's a profession. And a lot of vloggers have 15 to 20 million followers, and they make a lot of money off it. That's not why I'm doing it, but it is a profession. And with video games too, it's interesting. A lot of people make a fortune off of it. And I believe that one day MLG, or Major League Gaming, is going to be a bigger industry than all other Major League sports combined. Okay, if we look at great athletes and the massive salaries that they're making now, that is nothing compared to what people are going to make online from Major League Gaming, MLG, because it's scalable too. The whole world can watch it at the same time. And a number of years ago, Amazon bought this company called Twitch. And if you're not familiar with it now, you will be soon. Because what happens is a lot of people will broadcast themselves gaming. And when I tell my kids, if they use it, I tell them not to give their name out or home address and everything. But they broadcast gaming. And Amazon bought it for $400 million. It was a steal. And I believe that the biggest TV station in the world one day will be Twitch. The biggest platform will be YouTube, but I think there will be stations like Twitch that will do extraordinarily well. And other video games I think are actually not bad for your kids are things like Clash of Clans. And I mention this because Clash of Clans, you know, you put up walls, which are barriers to entry. You know, you save up gems, which is like saving up capital, and then you invest it as well by you know, building other buildings and whatnot, just for high barriers to entry, that sort of thing. And when I was younger, I played SimCity, and I played every version of SimCity that's ever existed. Will Wright, the founder of Maxis, which sold to Electronic Arts, Will Wright's a genius. And I loved SimCity because I kind of learned about business that way when I was a lot younger, you know, in terms of revenue, meaning taxes, and expenditures, meaning building public works, and then net profits, and you can even issue bonds. That's where I learned about bonds, actually, not on Wall Street, not when I worked at Goldman, and not from business school. I learned about bonds from playing SimCity years ago. And so the bottom line is that I don't think that the video games are a bad thing for our kids. I think they're actually a good thing. And they enjoy it, and a lot of them will make their living off of it longer term. Of course, they have to socialize outdoors as well, and you know, make friends outside and play sports, team sports, and all that. but I think we're hurting the next generation or our kids if we take video games away from them. Everything in moderation is okay. But anyway, if this was helpful, and only if this was helpful, please click the like button and subscribe, and I will see you mañana. Thank you.